What's up, guys? It's Ben with KameTrick, where usually we build drift cars, but today we're building a computer. Check it out. Let me show you a little bit about what I've been working with up until this point. I built a gaming computer about 5 years ago to play like Fallout 4 and Witcher 3 when it came out. It was a pure AMD rig using the FX 8320 CPU. That's an 8-core unit. It had 8 gigs of RAM and it used a Radeon R9 380 series card. At the time I wasn't trying to vlog, but a couple years later when I went into it, I thought, hey, I've got this nice gaming computer, it's gonna rock at video editing. Well, I was wrong. There's a few differences. So let me explain those to you as we check out these new components. The first thing that I've got is the AMD Ryzen 2700X CPU. This is an 8-core, 16-thread unit, and it's one of the differences between a gaming rig and a good editing rig. A good editing rig needs a powerful CPU to do all of that rendering. So this is the chip itself, and then it comes with this massive fan. Here it is. Pretty cool. It's also got a LED ring, so it looks really pretty. My research indicated that it would not be quite powerful enough for what I need. Let's look at the one we are using. This is the Noctua NH-U14S. This is one of the best fan units out there, assuming you are not going water cooled. This Noctua fan is massive. It's real serious. Let's compare these. This thing is going to keep some stuff cool up in here. Gosh, I'm kind of scared by how huge this is actually. It's way bigger than I thought it would be, that's what she said. Next up is a small adapter. This lets that gigantic Noctua fan mount to the new AM4 socket from AMD. For an editing rig, you don't actually need that powerful of a graphics card because the heavy lifting is actually done by the CPU. But I am a gamer, I always have been, I always will be. So I picked up this new GeForce RTX 2070 card. I'm really excited to see this unit. I bet it looks awesome. Oh yeah, this is sweet. That is rad. Cannot wait to spin up this bad boy. Holding it all together is this MSI X470 Gaming Plus motherboard. Here it is. We'll check it out soon when I get the rig put together. It does have some pretty red LEDs on it, so that's kind of rad. The second big difference between a gaming rig and an editing rig is in the memory, and that's why I have picked up 32 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM. This is not very important for your gaming computer, but for your editing, the more you have, the better. And 32 is definitely enough to do some great 4K editing, so I'm looking forward to that. I picked up this G-Skill Trident Z RGB, 2 sticks of 16, and this is going to light up in a beautiful rainbow pattern. Can't wait to see it. One other thing to make sure you do if you're building yourself a new computer is make sure that you get a solid state hard drive for it. These are so fast, they don't have a actual disk that has to spin around in order to read the data. So get yourself a solid state drive to put your operating system on, and if you're into gaming, put some of your favorite intensive games on there. In my case, my editing software is also going to go on here as well. So this is a whole terabyte of storage. Isn't that wild? I am stoked for this. It's going to make my computer so much faster. Backing it up, no need to open it because we've seen them all before, is a 6 terabyte traditional hard drive disk. This is where my footage is going to go and all my archive. Finally, powering it all is this 750 watt power supply, which is a bit more than is needed, but it never hurts to have a little bit extra. And last but not least is this Thermaltake View 31 case. I've actually been using the same case from my first computer build ever. My buddy told me, get a huge case, it'll do everything that you ever needed to forever. It'll fit all the different size things that might come out. And man, he was right. I could still use it to this day, but I decided that because I'm getting all new hardware for everything else, I'm gonna leave it intact, actually give it to my wife and let her game on it, because she's also a gamer. It's the right way to do it, get you a gamer wife. It's rad. So, a couple of differences from my old case. It's got its USB ports and plugins along the top. so that you don't always have to be going to the back. Of course, there will be ones on the back as well. It's got so much ventilation. This is like a magnetic strip that comes off, so heat can just vent out the entire top of it. Tempered glass on the sides. And it's set up to where you can store your hard drive disks behind the motherboard, I believe, to keep everything pretty. Man, I'm so pumped to see this thing, to put it together and watch it just like come to life with all those beautiful LEDs when I fire it up for the first time. If you want to see that, be on the lookout for my next video, because that's what it's going to be on. Again, happy 2019. We hit 600 subscribers in 2018 at the end of the year, and I'm so glad to have all of you guys aboard. Glad you're along for the ride. I'll see you in a couple days. Peace.